Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It's about that time. It's about that time, y'all. That's right, global African supremacy. That gas, baby. Got to have that gas if you're going to make it move. That's right, global African supremacy. That gas, baby. Got to have that gas if you're going to make it move. That's right, global African supremacy. Uh-oh. That gas, baby. Got to have that gas if you're going to make it move. Uh-oh. It's about that time. It's about that time, y'all.
He says to Harker Bay. He says to Harker Bay. Toronto Johnson.
Where y'all at?
I call for a Moorish court on brother Toronto Johnson. And anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife.
I'm not starting until we got 2 million people in the audience. That's it. That's it. I'm not starting. I need 2 million people in the audience. I'm just playing. All we need is me and the Moorish World TV citizens, and we are good to go. You know what I'm talking about? Hold on. That's too far in my ear. All we need is me and the Moorish World TV citizens. How I sound? How my mic sound? Everybody good? Everybody got their dinner on the West Coast. Y'all got y'all dinner. On the East Coast, did y'all eat your dinner and got the itis? You know what I mean? Down south, how y'all feeling? Y'all ready? Huh? Oh my goodness. Q Robson, he'll say he got his popcorn. Oh, we gonna learn today, family. We gonna learn today. You know, everything I do is a lesson in it. You know what I mean? Everything I do is a lesson in it. And it's gonna be a lesson in this, family. You know what I mean? Listen. If a person would target me to try to silence me on YouTube, we must be on to something. We must be on. What up, Steve Austin? Hey, is that Steve Austin from Flatbush, from New York? Is that the Steve Austin from New York? Steve Austin, is that you from New York, bro? If that's Steve Austin from New York, you guys say something to let me know it's you, bro. You got to email me. Somebody throw my email in there, man. I've been searching for a brother named Steve Austin for about 20 years. Me and him, I don't know if that's the Steve Austin. You know what I mean? The one I was searching for, a serious, man, he was a good friend of mine. A good friend of mine in the early 90s. From North Carolina. So you got my friend, you got a friend of mine named Steve Austin from New York. He's a reggae artist. I've been looking for him. I found him recently. You know what I'm saying? And that's my guy. That's my guy. I sent him a couple emails. I was like, man, he didn't came on the show. Well, anyway, family, it's time to get the show started. Family, I can't get the show started without getting in the mode. I gotta get into my mojo. You know what I mean? I gotta get my back rub. You know what I'm talking about? I gotta get into my mojo. Can I get into my mojo? Let me see. Let me see if I can get into my mojo real quick. Can I get into my mojo? Let me see if I can. I'm going to try to get into my mojo. Let me see if I can get into my mojo. Let me see what I got here. I want to try to get into, what can help me get into my mojo? Let me see. Let me take a look real quick. Let me see what can help me get into my mojo. I'm going to look real quick. Family, bear with me. I got to get into my mojo. I cannot just start going in on a show. I got to get into my mojo. So let me see what I got here. Let me see. If I get into mojo. Oh, I know where I can find something for my mojo. I got to get in the mood. This is what we do to get you in the mood. I got to get in the mood. Y'all might say that man crazy as a bed bug. Yep, I sure am. Anyway, fam, I'm trying to find something that I'm trying to find something to get me in the mood. Yeah, this is what I do to get into the mood. All right? So let me try to get into the mood.
We ain't no internet
Uh-oh. Is that it?
We ain't no.
Uh-oh. Is that it? Uh-oh. I don't know. That sounds like something that might work it out. Let me see. Let me see if that's something that'll do it. Y'all hear that? That might be something that'll do it. Let me see. See if I can find it real quick. I know people think, man, you taking too long. That's all right. We got 100 people up in here. Okay, we can get busy now. That's all I was doing, waiting for 100 people. And another thing, family, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something about this internet thing.
I created this.
Let me show you one. Let me tell you something about YouTube, family. If you do YouTube, I know I gotta do a class on YouTube soon. But if you do YouTube, family, know for sure that in the first 10 minutes, this is the most critical time of your live stream. This is the time where these bots and these AIs and these people will try to destroy your channel. So always do a little delay in the beginning. That's a cheat code.
We ain't no internet problem. We ain't no internet problem. Media problem. No, all we social media. Let me tell you what I do, fam.
Check 1, 2.
I created this media with the help of my brothers and allies, men and all the good people of the Lord side.
Y'all some internet prophets and you need to stop before someone catch you on the block and cock it, or catch you at your lecture and rock your knocking. Yeah, man and me, cause I'm exposing your robbing. See, I used to be a robber, I was robbing the thugs and the Asians in the hood selling nasty grub. I was only 17 and I didn't know better. Put them things in their face and said, give me the cheddar. But it really amazed me, the age of 40, that people will use the things that would annoy me to rob our people like Bibles and Quran. Take your money and then they gone. Truth selling, plagiarize books and dreams of unity. Blame the European, but look what you do to me. Got me thinking we gon' overcome, but when you cut your camera off, you're really one of them. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the birds. With your unks, your crystals, your books, your herbs. You convinced everybody that it's white supremacy. The fact of the matter is you're the real enemy. You've been lying to the people back in your pockets. You ain't nothing but an internet prophet. You gon' have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the birds. With your unks, your crystals, your books and herbs. Now they calling me the op cause I revealed the scam. They will shake your hand and still grip your fans. Say Hotep, peace, black power, shalom. Assalamu alaikum, praise the Lord in Islam. At the same time they plotting to get in your pocket. They will white label sunglasses, cups and watches. Make a profit for the enemy they talk about. I can't understand why you ain't been walking out. You ain't noticed since you met them, you slipping in life. On Twitter like the pipe and it just ain't right. Bank account got light and you haven't seen the light. You burn all the sage and ain't change your plight. Incense burning, crystals turning. Think to yourself, what you really learning, what you really saw. You gave him your all. He own a museum club in the internet mall, selling deodorant and hurry up and buy. He don't really care if you're broke and you die. You just acting like you don't care either. This is pure evil. Have to watch it back for the rest of your life. I know good they will well not you can't smack a person with you robbed everybody from the hood to the birds. With your unks, your crystals, your books, your herbs. You convinced everybody that is
is white supremacy. The fact of the matter is you're the real enemy. You've been lying to the people fat in your pocket. You ain't nothing but an internet prophet. You gonna have to watch it
I'm
back
gonna play
for
one
the
more
rest of your
song,
life.
man. Let me hurry up and get busy,
Well,
man.
you can't sleep at
It's
night.
Saturday
You
night.
rob
Everybody ain't got time
from the
for
hood
long
to the
intro.
birds
I
with
get
your
it.
unks, your crystals, your books and
I
herbs.
get it.
You gonna have to
Everybody
watch
don't
it
have
back
time
the
for a
rest of
long
your life.
intro.
I know good and well you can't sleep at night. You done robbed everybody from the hood to the birds.
I
with your
know,
unks,
I
your
know.
crystals, your books, your
Check,
herbs.
check.
Convinced everybody that is white supremacy. The fact of the matter
Everybody
is you're
ain't
the
got
real
time
enemy. You've been
for a
lying
long
to the people fat in
intro.
your pockets. You ain't nothing but an internet prophet.
Certified boogeyman.
Let's go.
Certified boogeyman. Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Certified boogeyman.
We're gonna speak the truth, regardless of whether you like that truth or not.
Certified boogeyman.
We're in the 21st century. Our people are poor, hungry, ragged, naked, and out of doors. Our people are being murdered on a daily and consistent basis.
It's been a long time, I shouldn't have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. He put the bean on me, I didn't neglect you. Time's up, allow me to bless you. He yelled reparations and he got your attention. A failed clown rapper, claimed he was pimping. But you don't know, he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
You can't get dropped in a pit of snakes
Certified boogeyman.
and trying to figure out which one has the venom sacs. This tongue, this one is not poison.
FBA laughed when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's you own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me. Continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when you call them out, they claim that you hate me.
Family, welcome to another edition of Mosh World TV. I'm your host, Brother Tahaka Bey. And tonight we will be talking about Mic Check. The check has bounced, family. The check has bounced. Listen, this is Re-Rock 2.0. If you are 80s baby, you know what I'm talking about. So in the streets, it's this thing they call Re-Rock. We used to take the poison, and when it was worthless, what we would do is re-rock it up. If you can't relate, then don't hate. I'm only trying to tell you what it is. Anybody was a street pharmacist understand that? This is Re-Rock 2.0. Listen, man. Listen. I was looking. This is Re-Rock. They couldn't sell it, so they got to re-rock it and try to kill the people. You know what I mean? People selling that crack cocaine back in the day and killing the people. Yeah, that's what they got to do, crip. They got this is Mic Check is Re-Rock. You gotta be from the streets to understand that little bit. You know what I mean? Good goodness and gracious. Yes, indeed, family. I'm sorry that I have to use that analogy, but it's true. Listen, there's going to be a class tonight. There's going to be a class tonight, and this class tonight is talking about, from St. Quincy, here for the knowledge. No, the knowledge that we give in this forum, DJ Robinson, is the knowledge of what's going on when people are trying to take advantage of us by the way of a fake liberation concept on the internet. So if you hear for some intricate biblical breakdown, if you in here for some intricate Quran breakdown or Moorish breakdown, join me tomorrow in Sunday class. I teach at least minimum 3 times a week, max 3 times a week, sometimes 4. Next week I'll be teaching 3 times a week offline. You're welcome to join anytime. All you got to do is send an email to joinnobletemples@gmail.com, and you can come in, you can ask any question. And tonight, what we focus on here, to my brother DJ Robinson, we focus on those who are selling us the illusion of liberation by the way of crowd funds, by the way of claiming that they trying to fight for reparations, claiming that they're fighting for our liberation, when in fact it's all a big money grab. So on this forum right here, this is what we focus on: misinformation, disinformation, and the misinterpretation of people who come in the name of liberation. That's what this is all about. I hope somebody, that was a good one, I hope somebody snagged that up so I can use that. But with that being said, family, we're talking about Microphone Check, and Microphone Check is supposedly a documentary to highlight the highlight, and this is going to be educational though, a documentary that supposedly highlights the foundation of hip hop, when in reality it's another money grab. Let me first let you really know that it's another money grab, and tonight I'm going to prove, as always, that it's a money grab. How is it a money grab? First of all, when people thank you so much DJ Robinson. I just had to say that so other people could get it. When people claim that they're about liberation and they come up with new concepts of the path towards this liberation, but it started from a pimp. It started from, and we know what the guy, Tariq Nasheed, never been no pimp. Like, we got to be honest, he's never been no pimp. But he used the pimp persona to sell people on the idea and the ideology of the pimp lifestyle and the philosophy, and he took it to the bank. When that ran out, he went to the idea of telling knowledge, and he used the Moorish concept with hidden colors. And with the Moorish concept, he used the Moor head with the bandana on it to attract one of the most popular up and coming ideologies of that time in the early 2010 throughout 2012. The internet was starting to kick in, and people were they were pseudo-Moors. There was a lot of pseudo-Moorish going on. Taj Tariq Bey had gained momentum. Sabir Bey, sidekick along Taj Tariq Bey, was on the radio, and the Moors were gaining some sort of momentum, regardless of how fugazi it was. The name Moor was gaining momentum, and Tariq Nasheed, he would take that concept and try to cash out on that. He made a board game Moor. He made a app about the Moors. He was selling T-shirts, and again, he used the iconic Moor head for the Hidden Colors logo. Now, once that got faded out, thank you so much, love from Texas, Miss LC. Thank you so much. It popped up on my screen. So with that being said, he took that Moor concept until he couldn't take it any further, and then he went to another concept, and then another concept, and all of them flopped. This last concept is the hip hop concept. Now, the weird thing about the hip hop concept is that he makes a documentary about the hidden history of hip hop, but never talks about his hidden role in hip hop. That should give people if I make a documentary about hip hop, of course I'm not going to highlight some of my experiences and love for hip hop to the 10th power, but nevertheless, if I have put out some LPs back in the day, of course I'll say, yeah, I made a contribution. Anybody ever think about that? Not one time is it mentioned his role as a hip hop artist comes to surface, comes to conversation. This should make people wonder, why is this such a secretive thing? If in the 90s, 1990, 1989, you made an album, and not only did you make an album, you are the producer, one of the producers of the album, and under Marcus Thomas, you are one of the producers of the album, but you don't talk about that. You don't talk about that. So I don't understand why people not even considering that. You know what I mean? But nevertheless, I guess that's water under the bridge. Anyway, now we get to the point where as though he has spent the wheels on the buck breaking. That was a straight flop. It went straight flop. The Maroons, straight flop. Everything that he did since Hidden Colors pretty much flopped. The first Hidden Colors, it was a surprise. So, it gained a lot of sensationalism as it relates to people talking about it. Most of Hidden Colors was bootleg. Nobody bought it. Most people never bought Hidden Colors. Let's be serious. It wasn't distributed like that for someone to actually buy it. Let me tell you something. There's a difference between popularity and success. We got many popular rappers, but they're not successful. You know what I mean? And so Hidden Colors was actually popular, but it wasn't necessarily successful. And what I mean successful, it wasn't distributed. You know what I mean? It wasn't distributed for it to be successful. You know what I mean? It was a money grab, but the money grab turned out to be very popular in circles. You understand what I'm saying? And so it went from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, whatever. But the latest money grab was this thing, microphone check. Now, the whole thing about this thing, microphone check, is people would say, well, why would that be a money grab? He's trying to, let's play the angel's advocate. He's trying to highlight the role that us here in America played in the development of hip hop. How is that a money grab? What are you talking about? I mean, Grand Sheik, what are you talking about? Well, when you do the proper research, you'll find out, as I told you before, all compromised infiltrators, they don't have anything unique of themselves. The people that handle them, it appears, give them assignments, and these assignments, they just act them out. This is why they're uncompromising in acting these assignments out. If you've seen former shows, you would know that Bucci Bear is actually it's copywritten by a company that sells gummies. The marijuana gummies, whatever they are. You know what I mean? That's not original. Got the same bear and everything. Same exact thing. And everything that you see, it's not original. Hidden Colors was not original. It wasn't original. And let me tell you something. The hidden history of hip hop is not original. It's a guy that before it came out had already did a demonstration called The Hidden History of Hip Hop. A year before, and that was the name of it. That was the name of it. But before we get to that, let me just start with this, because we're going to get to that beforehand. The way that I look at things, right? The way that I study this. Now listen, this is my theory. None of this is fact, but this is my theory. That handlers grab information that is readily available and could or have the potential to cause a stir. And from the research that I've done, it appears to be that they pick things that can trigger the emotions of people in order to get the distraction going, and the handler person that is working the handler's mojo, they can also break bread from it. So in other words, although it's a grift and although it's a money grab, it's also a distraction. It's twofold. That's what research shows me. You can disagree if you like, but that's what research shows me. With that being said, it's no different than this microphone, hidden history microphone check, whatever it is. There's no difference. Listen, most people would say, well, he did have Hidden Colors, so hidden is something that he always been doing. Well, that might be true. But playing the angel's advocate, I had to do a little bit more digging. And in that digging, what I would find is that the concept of hidden is definitely not original to Tariq Nasheed. The concept of hidden is actually original to this guy, Footsteps in the Dark, George Lipsitz. The Hidden Histories of Popular Music. Not only do he talking about the hidden histories of popular music, he also talks about the hidden history of quite a few things. Now, what you need to understand is this is not a slam dunk on the idea that the brother plagiarized or took an idea. Hey, you can expand the idea all day long. But what I'm telling you is that what I've come to see is that these ideas that comes from those who are allegedly working for them people, they always come from something that pre-exists and predates every single thing. And so this guy, George Lipsitz, is a professor of Black Studies and Sociology at the University of California, Santa Barbara. One of the things that this is him right here. One of the things that he talks about, and I can highlight it right here, is his series about hidden history of digital capitalism, hidden history of diaspora, the hidden history of Greater Mexico, the hidden history of naturalist multiculturalism, weeds in the vacant lot, hidden history of urban renewal, hidden history of Dominican migration. And if you look closely, you'll find out that he's been doing this since 2007. He's been doing this since 2000. Oh, somebody said they can't see. Let me make sure y'all can see. My bad. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. Hold tight. My bad. My bad. That's my fault. That's my fault. All right, let me drop it down. So as you can see, he's done the Hidden History series. You see what I'm saying? Let me do it like this. My bad. I wasn't looking at the screen. I was looking at the slides. My bad. So here you go. So there you go. He was doing his whole theme was the hidden history of this, the hidden history of that, the hidden history of this, the hidden history of that. And, you know, he was a professor of Black Studies. And as you can see, it goes back to 2004 and even 2007. You know what I mean? And that was one of his things. And all of this was being done, most of it, I would imagine, in California. You know what I'm saying? Also, let me tell you something. He was in the University of Minnesota. Let me see what somebody say he was in the University of Minnesota. I got that too. Let me break this down real quick. So here he is right here. George Lipsitz studied movements, urban culture, and inequality. In his book include Midnight at the Borough House, Footsteps in the Dark, The Positive Investment of Whiteness, A Life in the Struggle, A Time Passage, etc., etc. He received his PhD at the University of Wisconsin, etc., etc. But this is what he looks like right here. And the point that I'm making is none of it is original. That's the point I'm trying to make to you, that when one comes out with these things, none of it is original. It's never original, because those who crafts these distractions, they don't have time for originality. They only can grab something that pre-exists. They don't have time for originality. And that's what the research show. You know what I mean? That they don't have any time for originality. So with that being said, you see that that he was already on a mission with a hidden history series. You follow what I'm saying? Now, that's one person who came with the hidden history. You follow me? The next one is this guy called House of Cons. The House of Cons put out the hidden history of hip hop almost 2 years before. The same title and everything. Almost 2 years before Tariq Nasheed. You hear what I'm saying? Almost 2 years before. And the same arguments about Busta Rhymes, he presented these arguments. You understand what I'm saying? The same arguments that he presented that Busta Rhymes said, that was original in the documentary from House of Cons. If you want to see the documentary, go to House of Cons. It's the same concept. I mean, all the way down to the letter, even with Coke LaRock and all of the old MCs in there. The same exact thing. No different. No different. And this was sold to the FBA, and even my brother, Lord Jamal, went into the film. He probably not aware that this is a money grab as well as a distraction. But the whole concept of this was already done. It was already done. And I'm not arguing about the foundation of hip hop. I'm saying that the concept was already done. He covered graffiti. He covered James Brown. He covered Grand Theodore Wizard. You hear what I say? The brother, House of Cons, he covered Trixie. Talking about breakdancing. This is all stolen information or stolen research. You follow me? He stole talking about cornbread. This man is not educated in the foundation of hip hop. This is a straight grab off of this guy who created this documentary called Hidden History of Hip Hop. This is not original. And see, FBA are so crazy that they actually believe that this guy came up to protect something. He didn't come to protect nothing. He didn't come to protect nothing. He's seen something that could possibly stir up people's emotions and cash in. And he jumped on it. Now listen, I know people might say, well, yeah, if he want to jump on it, then jump on it. You know, he got the access, he got the people to watch, he got da-da-da-da. But yeah, I hear you. But to call it exactly what the brother called it, the hidden history of hip hop, add microphone check to it. Now we're going to break down the dates. We're going to break down the dates and the timelines. This shows you the disingenuousness of the cause. The cause is not to preserve. This is why when me and Dr. Asar, we started to get involved into this conversation. And I had to fall back from the conversation because I was like, I know that the conversation was put in place to instigate this type of response. And you had people, even my brother Dr. Saw was like, now I got to go see it. I got to go get the wire. Like, don't buy that demonstration because that's what the conversation was created for. For people to get emotionally involved into the conversation and then go buy it, debate it, talk about it, conflict with each other with it, cause division, cause confusion, and then you go buy it. That's what it was all about. But it wasn't an original idea. It wasn't original idea. It was original grift. That's what it was. Listen.
He done scammed his followers out of money for a bunch of posters in a comedy club and told them it was a museum. But let's go even further. Did y'all know that he bit off my documentary more than his microphone check documentary? He got his idea from me. I did the hidden history of hip hop a whole year ago. And Tariq Nasheed, I know you're watching right now because I know you watched my documentary, you bitch. I know you watched my documentary. You stole my title. You added microphone check. Let's watch my video. I saw some snippets of your video.
Now you remember that the highlight was addressing Fat Joe and addressing Busta Rhymes. Press 7 if you remember that. The highlight to get the people interested was to troll Fat Joe and address Busta Rhymes. Do y'all remember that? That started the conversation, to troll Fat Joe and his statements, and to troll. It's the same formula that House of Cons use. It's original idea with House of Cons. It's original idea. Listen, y'all gotta pay attention. Pay close attention. Look at Fat Joe. This is House of Con video with Fat Joe right there. And he addresses Fat Joe. And he addresses, listen, let's play it.
Video. You tried to make the exact same video I made. You bitch ass nigga.
Yo, it's the way hip hop started. It's Latino and black, half and half. I think that.
Hey, free Papa TV, shut your bitch ass up.
No,
You
my family is Jamaican.
fuck off.
And Latino and Jamaican.
Bitch ass out here, Papa TV, before I come find you and whoop your ass.
You know, with people that understand that timing, that rhythm, and that pocket is like in a way unlike any other culture of people. I'm saying it's like when you watch Latinos do the South Side of merengue and you see Jamaican people, you know, doing shit. It's kind of like something that we're multicultural because the U.S. ain't got no culture. They shit is all our shit. A bunch of our shit is what makes the U.S.
All right, I don't agree with Busta Rhymes. I call it
If you got caught into the idea of who is the original creators of hip hop that was presented with this new documentary, supposedly new documentary coming out by Tariq Nasheed, then you just fell into the matrix. You've been played. Because it's supposed to get you riled up. It's put there to get you turned up. That's why it's there. It's a stolen idea to get you worked up and to cash out. There it is. It's a stolen idea. An original idea from the House of Cons, and we're going to prove it in a minute. We're going to prove it in a minute.
Video, but notice how Busta Rhymes is intelligent enough to say the U.S. Notice he didn't say America because Busta Rhymes is intelligent enough, even though he's talking goofy right now, he's intelligent enough to know that America is more than just the U.S.
Culture is for the U.S., but you feel that much more proud to be like, yeah, my leads are Jamaican, and I say it.
I killed that nigga with a million minute though. He thought, yeah, my Jamaican. Hey, my Jamaican brothers and sisters, don't get mad at me for this Busta Rhymes. But he came at us, so he had to get up his ass.
I say it.
And see, the brother that created this, he even says in fun, he said, don't get mad at my Jamaican brothers, don't get mad at me because I threw out Milli Vanilli. You know what I'm saying? He's like, he came at us, so I had to get on his behind. You understand what I'm saying? Even the creator of this, although he's telling his truth, he's having fun with it too. But I listened to the video. He don't play no disrespect either, though. He don't play no disrespect. You know what I'm saying? So the brother here, again, let's start it from the top real quick. Start it from the top.
He done scammed his followers out of money for a bunch of posters in a comedy club and told them it was a museum. But let's go even further. Did y'all know that he bit off my documentary more than his microphone check documentary? He got his idea from me. I did the hidden history of hip hop a whole year ago. And Tariq Nasheed, I know you're watching right now because I know you watched my documentary, you bitch.
Now stop right there. Now let's bring the receipts in so we can back up what House of Cons is talking about. Let's talk about that real quick. So what House of Cons is talking about is, let me bring this back out. So as you can see, let me slim myself down a little bit because I need you to see this and I'll pay attention better so I don't mess up. You know what I'm saying? So as you can see this right here, again, the same argument about Busta Rhymes and Fat Joe is the dead giveaway. That's the same argument. You know what I mean? That House of Cons put out. The same argument. The response to Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. The same conversation about cornbread. The same conversation about Trixie. The same exact talking points. You understand what I'm saying? The same exact talking points was lifted off the video from this guy. You know what I mean? Even people like this talking about breakdancing. Now, when you look closer, the first conversation about microphone check and the trailer was 10 months ago, according to YouTube. You feel me? The fundraiser for microphone check started October 23rd on Kickstarter. I mean, October the 5th, 2023 on Kickstarter. Y'all with me? Project launches October the 5th. Let me slim it down for you. 2023. We're going to let the receipts talk. All right. Now, brother video was out September the 12th, 2022. Bro video was out September the 12th, 2022. You hear what I say? Y'all still with me? September the 12th, 2022. The Kickstarter. October the 5th, 2023. The promotions is only like 10, 11, 12 months ago. Bro had already did the documentary, Hidden History of Hip Hop. He had already did it. So what we looking at is a money grab. And it's never going to stop because you have foolish people like FBA that think that someone is being the vanguard. That someone is being a vanguard of culture. Bro is not being a vanguard of culture. Get over it. The brother is probably looking and lurking on the internet right now for the next thing to lift off of somebody else's page and turn it to his own creation to stir emotions and to grab another bag. Family, I told y'all, when this fundraiser was going on, If you look at the beginning of the fundraiser, you will find that it was low in support. I told you that there is no little phone booths where someone get a yellow envelope. So this is why, when you look at the graph of the building of the Kickstarter, you will notice that towards the end, bam, you would know that towards the end, thousands of dollars come in one day. That's what you're going to notice, that thousands of dollars going to come in one day. You hear what I say? Thousands going to come in one day. I mean, tens of thousands. If you look at it, in the beginning, 10.5. The Kickstarter started at 10.3. And you notice a big chunk of drop in. That's to entice people. Then a little, then a little, then a little. The Kickstarter is only to last. The Kickstarter is only to last till 11.3 per se, because you only get a month. However, if you don't remember, let me remind you, the Kickstarter was taken down. Why was the Kickstarter taken down? Do anybody remember? Maybe I'm going to help you. The Kickstarter was taken down because he didn't tell everybody, but we now know that the Kickstarter was taken down for allegedly plagiarizing the brother Joe Conzo. If you don't remember, it was taken down for plagiarizing the brother Joe Conzo, the documentarian, the photographer, Joe Conzo. He didn't tell anybody why it was taken down. And by the way, why is Chubby standing in front of the Hidden History Museum? Why is Chubby standing in front of the Hidden History Museum and he ain't got a peace order on him? Why is that? Chubby live in California. Chubby live in Long Beach. Whatever the case may be, it's neither here nor there. Let's keep it pushing. So it says, hip-hop photographer Joe Conzo shut down Tariq Nasheed documentary microphone check. Now, I want you to understand, I want you to watch these dates because he blatantly disregards. This is on 7/19 when this was reported, right? 7/19 on this date. You follow me? Now, this is the guy that would possibly take Tariq to the cleaners. You follow what I'm saying? Well, it's a hip-hop photographer, Joseph Conzo, filed a cease and desist order against documentary film maker Tariq Nasheed, claiming that Nasheed used copywritten images of his latest documentary microphone check. Now, let me say this. People might say, well, look, he took pictures of history, and now he's claiming to be his, and they try to use that argument. You know what I mean? They try to use that argument. Family, I'm going to explain what a peace order is soon. Matter of fact, I can tell you in a minute. Let me finish this, Romello. I got you. I mean, now, at the end of the day, a cease and desist is a legal document. In fact, when Mr. Nasheed called me a registered sex offender, I sent him a cease and desist before I filed the lawsuit. He went live and said, "You're a sex offender." He ignored it. "You're a sex offender." And he kept going on and on and on and on. "You're a sex offender. You're a sex offender." And with that being said, I had no choice because very popular podcaster, people begin to ask me in my everyday dealings, was I a sex offender? You know what I mean? Now, with that being said, after that cease and desist, that's when I filed the case. So this is why I presume that it could go a step further with Joe Conzo, because he did make profit off of the material. You follow what I'm saying? He did make profit off the material. And how do we know that? The reason that we know that, one second, let me get back in here. The reason that we know that is because we got the files, we got the dates, we got everything. I mean, listen, I am a researcher. Moochie throws me stuff every now and then when he ain't busy. I see Moochie be on, I think he on Twitter or something like that. Boy, he be getting busy. I be too busy to keep up with all that he do. But anyway, with that being said, no, it's different than the order of protection. It's different than that. I explain it to you in a minute. But with that being said, let me go. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So now, once the cease and desist came out and the Kickstarter stopped, you follow me? The Kickstarter had stopped. If y'all don't remember, it was removed. If y'all don't remember, let me see. Y'all don't remember, it was removed on 10/24/23. And according to Kickstarter, you would have 10 days to address the issue, or the people would have their money returned. This is why here at the bottom, you see, we can't find a project that match your search. At this time, they had removed it. Why did they remove it? Because there was a claim. There was a claim on it. Now, why am I saying all this? Why does this make sense? Well, when I went to court dealing with what I considered to be bogus accusation, it was said that I'm showing pictures of his family. I'm showing pictures of his mother-in-law. I'm showing pictures of this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? And he said, I just don't want my pictures. And which we know that he's a public figure. That would be just like somebody selling a news station or someone that is a blogger not to show a picture of Bobby Brown. I mean, these are public figures. You know what I mean? So I feel as though my rights was violated. But hey, I gotta follow the law like everybody else. I'm not. The law don't excuse me. So if the European or the courts say that, listen, you can't talk about our friend, you can't show a picture of our friend, who am I to show a picture of their friend? Who am I? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just a regular old blogger that's researching things that are suspicious. And if I'm wrong about anything, if you tell me, I will make the adjustments. Period, point blank. But with that being said, you know what I mean? You cannot find it because they removed it. They removed it because it was reported that copyright infringement had occurred. So I want you to keep up with this. I want you to keep up with this. Pay close attention. It was removed from Kickstarter, right? Because of what they call copyright infringement. What happens after I submit a counter notification? Kickstarter gives you, after the Kickstarter receives your counter notification, we'll forward it to the person that submitted the takedown notice. that shows that someone issued a takedown notice, and we know who it is now. He never mentioned it at the time, but we know who it is now. If we do not receive a notice within 10 days after forwarding the counter notice, the owner has filed an action seeking a court order to prevent alleged infringement. Kickstarter may reinstate the project at the issue in its sole discretion. So Kickstarter shows you how this works. So whether he removed the portion of advertising to promote this on Kickstarter, we know that it was removed. You follow what I'm saying? We know that it was removed. Now, with that being said, the next thing that we do know is that Rock the Bells Radio also removed it from their platform. So now we got two platforms removing it for infringement. And on Twitter, Tariq Nasheed writes, Rock the Bells Radio posted a great article about microphone check film trailer. And culture vulture Joe Conzo, who goes around claiming he is a hip-hop pioneer because he took photos of rappers in the 80s, contacted the people at Rock the Bells. Conzo does photos for them, and he is clicked in and made up an insane lie to get the article removed. Well, now we know that he didn't make up a lie. He told them, I sent people to threaten him. That's a lie right there. And to S.A., his wife. We know why they removed it. Now, do y'all see this? Do they see this? Do y'all see this? Y'all see the desperation? Press 7 if y'all see the desperation. Can y'all see that? He accused Joe Conzo of saying that he's going to send people to his house. And you know that ain't happened. According to what happened, what would follow, he told them, I sent people to threaten him and to S.A. his wife. Do y'all see this? We know now what Joe Conzo told Rock the Bells Radio. Joe Conzo, for all intents and purposes, told the same thing to Rock the Bells Radio that he would tell to Amazon when they took it down. Now look at this. A crazy FBA sister, I'm sorry, Sister Nicole, sounds like defamation. I wonder if you can sue because the article was removed because he defamed your character. I know if you would have lost out on a job because of this, you could definitely sue that guy Joe character. You see how crazy this is? And this is how robotic the FBAs are. Super, super robotic. No. Crowdfunding was paused for copyright infringement, allegedly around 10/4/23, and then they gave him 10 days. I mean, Amazon took it down 7/15. They took it off their platform on Amazon. So now, in all likelihood, we know why Rock the Bells took it down. So what am I saying? You have 3 different platforms that removed it for copyright infringement. 3 different platforms that removed it for copyright infringement. But he says that the man threatened to send people to his house. Ain't that crazy? And then he got the people believing that he is the victim of a podcaster named Tahaka Bay. Listen. At the end of the day, I understand he got to protect his investment. I understand he got to protect his investment and try to keep me silent, because I think I do a lot of due diligence. Even in this presentation tonight, y'all notice how everything connects. I'm not making this stuff up. Anything that I'm showing you is on the internet. All I'm doing is putting the pieces of the puzzle together. Only thing I'm doing is grabbing the puzzle that someone threw on the ground, and I'm just putting the pieces together. I'm not making in this stuff up. I'm not slandering anybody. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Press 7 if you understand what I'm saying. I'm not making any of this up. Only thing I'm saying is the pieces are on the ground. If the pieces are on the ground, I'm putting the pieces together so people can see exactly what it is. That's it. Because it's being sold to people on the internet that this guy is about some form of black liberation, that this guy is fighting white supremacy, that this guy is a champion of quote unquote black people causes, when that is the furthest thing from the truth. And then people try to give it a pass and like, oh, he's an entertainer. Oh, he's an entertainer. No. Entertainment is a part of the seasoning. Entertainment is a part of the seasoning. The emotional tug is a part of the seasoning. But the objective is distraction and financial satisfaction. That's it. Make no mistake about it. That's what it's all about at the end of the day. So, 719, they took it down. Amazon took it down, and following that, it was taken out of all theaters. It was taken out of all theaters. And then, the statement was made, we was going to do Baltimore, but we ain't going to do Baltimore because ops are there. No. It's a little more deeper than that. And another thing. Chubby guy is right in front of there. You feel what I'm saying? So now he's trying to recover and take all of the infringement out, repackage it, and sell it again. But what about the people who already went to see it? Mr. Conzo? Joe Conzo, he done already got paid. People selling their DVDs with your work in it. I say, go get your check. I say go get your check. That's right. That's your intellectual property. Go get your check. You follow me? Go get your check. Because guess what? When I play these recordings about what was said about me, yeah, I'll be advertising that soon when we do our private group. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, family, this is no different than any other project. House of Cons, he brought out the conversation talking about Fat Joe. He brought out the conversation talking about Fat Joe. Not Tariq. Not Tariq. He brought out the conversation. Why out of all the people about hip hop that Fat Joe became the target? See, Fat Joe is smart. And I say Fat Joe is smart because he said Fat Joe blocked everybody. Fat Joe already knew that the conversation was old and dry, and he had bigger fish to fry. Fat Joe wasn't going to get involved in that conversation. And they wonder why Busta Rhymes didn't get in that conversation. Because this was an old conversation, and they wasn't going to walk into the recycling and the money grift of the conversation. It's like what Jigga say. I shoot you, I'm brainless. You shoot me, you famous. So in other words, if Fat Joe or Busta Rhymes respond back, they're brainless. Because all they're going to do is help to promote this brainless idea that was taken from an original creator, House of Cons. And it's not a brainless idea because of House of Cons. I think it's a genius idea. You know what I'm saying? To stand on the history as you know it. But the brainless idea is thinking that no one would find out that you took somebody's ideas and ran with it. How many people, thanks to Moochie Bear and the Moochie Cubs, how many people has a platform that's going to piece this thing together like this? How many people going to have a platform that's going to piece this together like this? Did any platform that people try to duplicate Morris World TV? They talk about Morris World TV, but they don't paint no pictures like Morris World TV. Look at this. They don't paint no pictures like Morris World TV. Shout out to all the platforms that jump out there and try to put people on point with the fraudulent acts of people. But they don't do it like Morris World TV. They can't. It's original. So, Joe sends, here is the letter. To whom it may concern, my name is Joe Conzo, and I write regarding the unauthorized use of my copyrighted intellectual property in the film Microphone Check, which is scheduled to be shown at Quad Cinema in New York City from July 19th through the 25th, 2024. For your information, I am a pioneering photographer from the Bronx, New York, who has been heralded by the New York Times, as the man who took hip-hop baby pictures. I've read the article. My seminal book on hip-hop culture, Born in the Bronx, a visual record of early days of hip-hop, 2007 Rizzoli, has received worldwide acclaim, and my photographic collection is held in Cornell University. See, this ain't someone just snapping pictures. This ain't someone just snapping pictures. At Cornell University, Cornell Hip Hop Collection, part of its rare manuscript collection. In addition, I am a U.S. Army veteran and a retired EMT with the New York Fire Department who proudly served New York and assisted at the World Trade Center in September 11, 2001. Pour it on, Joe. Pour it on. That's right. Let them know. I am notifying you of infringement of my rights under the Copyright Act and the counterpart laws around the world. My copyrighted photos, which appear in the film Microphone Check, were not authorized by me, my agent, or the law. For clarity, no authorization was granted to the producers of Microphone Check, King Flex Entertainment, director Tariq Nasheed, or any of their agents to use my exclusive photos in any way, shape, or form. In doing so, the film and its producer has violated the Digital Millennium Copyright Act 17 U.S.C. 512C, the DMCA, and infringed upon my rights held by me including my exclusive rights of reproduction and distribution display. As an FYI, Microphone Check was recently sold on Amazon. BOD25C2CZ4 in Blu-ray format. On the advice of counsel, I filed a copyright infringement claim with Amazon for the film Unauthorized Use of My Photos. On July 14, 2024, my claim was honored by Amazon. ASINBOD25C2CZ4 complaint ID 15598326481. And the film was removed from its website. It is worth noting that this film also infringes on a number of intellectual properties held by my contemporaries, including iconic New York-based photographer Martha Cooper, Ernie Pinnacoli, and Henry Chalfnett. Chalfnett is the producer of the seminal 1983 hip-hop documentary film Style Wars, and one of his prints is held in the collection of the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York City. I kindly ask that Quad Cinema and Cohen Media Group cease and desist from showing Microphone Check on the aforementioned dates, for it is unlawful and willful use of my photos. In closing, I come from a very strong ethical family. My late grandmother, Dr. Evelina Lopez Antonetti, also the Hell Lady of the Bronx, was a legendary New York civil rights and education activist who famously protested the 1981 20th century film Fort Apache, The Bronx, for its biased depictions of minorities in the Bronx. And I've learned very early on to fight for my rights personally as a man of color, and later on professionally. I've always believed in doing the right thing. I trust that Quad Cinema and Cohen Media Group will do the right thing here and not support films who infringe on the legal rights held by others, especially those who wholeheartedly commit their lives and careers civically and culturally to the great state of New York. Thank you in advance for your prompt attention to this matter, and please confirm the receipt of this correspondence as soon as possible. Joe Conzo. And as we know, as a result of that, it was removed. Because, as we say on Morse World TV, the grift was revealed. It was revealed. Family, we have so much more to show you, family. We got so much to show you, family. Do anybody remember when Big Bro went live and said his lawyers did this and did that? Do anybody remember that? Yeah, my lawyers, they went to Baltimore and they did this and did that. Anybody remember that show? I'll play the clip when I do my show. I got some stuff to read for you soon. I got something to read for you soon. Stay tuned. I got something to read to you soon. See, I ain't gonna poke my chest out prematurely. See, this is the problem. You poke your chest out prematurely. Not a good look. I'm gonna be humble with it. But you know, listen, family, at any given moment, I could be attacked on this platform. I thank everybody who gives support. Family, if you are able to get this pay-per-view live stream that's coming up, please support it. I'm going to be giving you some stuff that some of the stuff gonna make your jaw drop. Yeah. And some of the stuff is gonna make you laugh. We're going to take a deep dive. Y'all know this case been going on, this defamation case. People think that the case is gone. Nah, family. Nah. I'm gonna give y'all some good I'm gonna give y'all some good updates. I'm just not gonna do it here. But I'm not gonna poke my chest out. I'm just gonna share with you what recently just happened. What's up, Starlight? How you doing? What recently happened just a few days ago. This is why I've been super busy, because I have 3 cases going on, and I'm telling you, family, I gotta get things done. And I'll give y'all an update. Y'all will see it. But this just came in a few days ago. Amazing read. Amazing. It's amazing. I mean, it's just an amazing read. I must admit myself. You know what I mean? I will read this part. Nah, I'll wait. Family, you'll see it soon. You'll hear it soon. Not only will you hear that, family, you will see that when I say that family, does it make someone a Fed because they contact the Feds? What is the going litmus test of one who what's the going litmus test? And if I say someone contact the Feds, don't I gotta prove that? Because if they haven't contacted the Feds, that'd be slander. But if I say someone contacted the Feds on me, won't I have to prove that? I need some 7s or something. Wouldn't it make sense that I just don't? Do you know how on the internet, anybody been in the conscious community era where everybody say this person is an op, this person is a Fed, this person da. When a person says that in the conscious community, everybody says, oh, they just, like, it's been said so much now that it doesn't have a hit to it. It doesn't have a hit to it. So there's no need to say it no more. It's time to show and prove. It's time to show and prove. If I say something like that someone called the Feds on me and I can show you the Feds in front of my house, then I should be able to prove it. Now, y'all seen videos of cars in front of my house. And you know what? Somebody can say, man, he just paranoid. But what if I show you on paper? What if I show you on paper? And then that you can't even run from. Like, you can't say, oh, he made it up. You can't even run from it. What would make someone to call the Feds on a blogger? What would make someone call the Feds on a blogger? A YouTuber. An influencer. What possessed someone? Civilians can contact the Feds. What would make a civilian call the Feds on a YouTuber? What is so bad that the Feds is contacted? But cry about white supremacy. But cry about what they call it, the class. What they call them, the class, they got a name for that too. The privileged class or something they call. They got all these little code words. What make them do that? So anyway, family, keep your ears open. I'm gonna create a if y'all was in the group chat, and the chat is not working, the private chat. I'm reconfiguring it. I got your emails. I'm going to send you the free pass back into the chat this Monday. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing. I'm listen. Probably Monday night. Yeah, I need time to piece some things together because I have a bunch of litigations coming up soon, and I got to make sure that I don't reveal everything, but I do want to make sure that you know what's exactly going on. And again, if you're able to support, please do. You know what I mean? Because, hey, this is the real deal. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. This is listen. Even when I show the smoking gun, you still gonna have those that don't believe it. Now you good, Dog Walk. I like all questions, Dog Walk. You a citizen. I like all questions. I like all theories. I like all of that. Do you know what I mean? I like all of it because listen, man, we critical thinkers here. So we need to be looking at it from all angles. We need to be looking at it from all angles. Do you feel what I'm saying? So we gonna look at it. Let me see. Somebody just remind me. Let me see something. I'm about to get out of here, family. Are we gonna have what y'all want to talk about tomorrow, man? You know, brothers in the nation, they got a little mad at me yesterday because of y'all. You know, they got mad when I did that Nation of Islam show. Anybody remember? Anybody remember? That was a good show. That was a really good show. Let me see. I need to get my songs back together, man. That's what I need to do. That's what I need to do. Let me see what's going on here. I'm looking for some stuff, family. Anybody got any show suggestions? Nah, y'all, I don't need your suggestions. I got a bunch of stuff coming up for y'all. Yeah, family, I want y'all to rewind this. I want y'all to share this. I want y'all to let people know that the research is in the building. It is what it is. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna turn up tomorrow. I'm gonna have all my stuff lined up. We're gonna turn up tomorrow. I don't know which angle we're gonna go with it, but we're going in. I mean. Yeah. NOI mad at me, but not banging on the YouTube, man. Yeah. With that being said, family, I gotta go ahead and get up out of here real quick. Let me see where my demonstration is.
He says to Harker Bay, Toronto Johnson.
I've been did that.
Court on brother Toronto Johnson. And anybody who's riding with him with this scandal with these videos of me and my wife defrauding the people.
Check it.
I never saw my brothers and sisters serving these packages when I was with Daweed Ali and them and Taj and them used to come to Chicago.
I laid them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. Sleepwalking. They keep talking. I probably kept the charge and I don't care what any say. Yeah, I'm the people's grand sheik. And the people's grand sheik ain't seen a man I can't beat. Only the gods is my equal.
What up, Black Country?
You mortals, you just my sequel. What the 85?
Say Michi exit K-pop. Dog Walk. You put your chest. All of us. Hold up.
You already dead. Who done got up in your head? Rent free. You wanna know who sent me? Who sent you?
Huh?
Leg, head. I tried to pull you out the bed, but you gotta fall groggy. Started talking real crazy, eyes foggy. Couldn't see through the fog. Then I had to bring the dogs, barking all up in your ear, acting like you don't care. Like you don't preserve life. Oh yeah. And you really don't care, right? Oh, you don't care, right? Well, we gon' really check that. Bet that. Respect that. Since you said you ain't scared to die.
Hey.
I laid them young boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway. I laid them little boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I'm the people's grand sheik. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. I laid them young boys to rest. They was sleepwalking anyway. I would take you on any day. Michigan, New York, Cali, where you at? What you thought? From Naptown to Baltimore, every one of us is all raw. It's ready, choppers. I don't really think it was a problem. Hold up, break the thought up. Back to a law. Hey. I try to get him out the bed. Sleepwalking anyway. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up, keep talking. Sleepwalking anyway. Wake up. I don't care what any say.
Nobody.
I'm the people's grand sheep and the people's grand sheep. I ain't seen a man I can't beat. Never.
Yeah.
You mortals, you just my sequel.
Family, I appreciate y'all. I'm looking for something actually.
You just my sequel.
I'll probably find
the
some.
gods. You mortals, that's my sequel.
That's what he say.
I see dead people. Hey. I see dead people. I lay them old boys to rest. They was dead sleep anyway.
He ain't never.
I lay them young boys to
He
rest.
ain't never selling
They was
anything.
dead sleep anyway. Hey, people I ain't never met a man that I can't beat. Oh. The gods is my only.
I appreciate y'all, family. We be here tomorrow. Turned out.
That's it.
Turned up.
Brother Toronto Johnson and anybody who's riding with him with this scandal or with these videos of me and my wife frauding the people.
That's right, family. That's right. And they calling it a Moorish court. But for the night, we gonna get busy.
Certified boogeyman.
There we go.
Certified boogeyman.
Oh, we gotta let the video drop soon.
Certified boogeyman.
Check 1, 2.
Certified boogeyman.
We're gonna speak the truth,
We gonna speak the truth,
regardless
family.
of whether you like that truth or not.
Certified boogeyman.
We're in the 21st century. Our people are poor,
I'm gonna be doing my dance in this video.
naked and out of doors.
Certified
Our
boogeyman.
people
I'ma let my
are being
thumbs go up.
murdered on a
Fuck my
daily and
eyes.
consistent basis.
It's been a long time. I should have left you. A couple weak frauds that crept through. They put the peen on me. I didn't neglect you. Time's up. Allow me to bless you. To yell reparations and he got your attention. A failed clown rapper claimed he was pimping, but you don't know he was a fed since 9-0. Cosmo Flex was a front for 5-0.
Certified
You can't
boogeyman.
get dropped in a pit of snakes
Certified boogeyman.
and trying to figure out which one has the venom sac.
Certified
This
boogeyman.
tongue, this one is not
Certified
poison.
boogeyman.
FDA laughed when he went to the Romans. I guess they don't understand, that's they own them. Lying on GS, claiming I stalked them. That ain't true, cause if it was, I'd have chalked them. I'm simply a blogger, researching for the family. Cause people look like me, continue to scam me, continue to scam us in the name of liberation. But when you call them out, they claim that you hate me.